Yes. Okay, go away. No one wants to hear your political opinion. Go away. What is up, everyone? My name is Max Currie, and I'm the creator of Cassette Games. All right. In our last video, we built a ladder. And in this video, we're going to die. Not really. We're going to make a death collision for, instant death. But first, the intro. All right, guys, we are in UE, or Unreal Engine. We're in edition 5.3. And if you've been following along, you might recognize this sandbox world that we've created. You can see some of the collisions that we've created in the past episodes to interact with the environment and move into the background, including our ladder. And what we're going to be doing today is building a death collision. So let's get into it. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go into our Requiem Mortem folder, into our systems, and I need our game mode. So we're going to go into the game mode. I've already got it set up to go into the event graph. So what we want to do here is add a custom event. We're going to call this event spawn player. And from this, what we want to do is spawn actor from class. We're going to pick our side-scrolling character that we created in the first episode, or second episode, or one of those episodes. And then we want to take our spawn transform and drag it in here because we're going to need that input later. If you don't do this, you're going to get an error. From here, we want to get first we want to get the controller. So get player controller, and then off of that we want to do the possess function. So what this does is it basically tells the game, like, when you spawn this character, you want the player controller to possess it. So we need the return value from our new spawned character to be plugged into in pawn, and our controller set up for the target. All right. Now, what we can do is we are going to need to make our death collision. So let's first we're going to need a respawn point. So we're going to do, this is real quick. You just create a new blueprint class actor and open it up. And then we want to get a billboard so that we can see it inside the editor easily. And that's all we need to do for that. Now what we need to do is go into our player character. All right. You might recognize this fancy movement that we set up in the last video for our ladder. We're going to come down here, and we need another custom event. Add custom event. We're going to call this one instant death, because that's what it does. So off of this one, we're going to need a reference to our mesh. So just grab it in from the components grid and then drag off of that, and we're going to get simulate physics. So what I want to do is I want the character to basically like if they hit the ground and instantly die, I want them to ragdoll. So we're going to simulate physics, and we're going to turn that to true. And now with the mesh selected, over here on our details panel, we want to search collision. And our collision preset, it's set to character mesh, and we want to change that to physics actor. Compile, save. All right. Now I want a delay, because after the character falls and dies, I want to delay it by, let's just do 1.5 seconds. And then we're going to destroy the actor. Destroy actor. Okay, so now that we've got destroy actor, we're gonna look for an event called event destroyed. So since the actor is being destroyed, we're gonna get the destroyed event, and we're gonna come off of this, and we're gonna get all actors of class. And we're going to reference our respawn point that we just made. Respawn point. All right. From here, off this array, we want to get a copy. Get copy. All right. And now we want to get actor. Oh, let's drag off of here and get actor transformation. We're going to need that later. And now what we want to do is we want to cast to our game mode. We want our game mode. And from the object, we're just going to do get game mode. All right. It's all nice and neat. So in our game mode, we created this custom event. So back in our character blueprint off of our cast to the game mode, we're going to get that event, spawn player. All right. Target is going to be our game mode, but then the transformation, if you remember, we dragged our spawn transformation into this action to get an input. So here, this is that input. So we're getting the transformation of our respawn point and plugging it in here. All right, compile and save. Now what we need is our death collision. So another blueprint class, actor, BP score, RM. I'm just going to call this one death collision. So this is more like an instant death. There will be other things that we develop later on for, fall damage and different types of death. This is more for like when the player falls off of an edge that they're not supposed to, like in a classic side-scrolling game. This will just instantly kill them and respawn them at the point. So we're going to go in here, and just like all of our other environment collisions, we're going to add a box. And with that box selected, we want to go all the way down on begin overlap and add that in. Normally we add in an on end overlap, but since this one involves the player character dying, we don't need that. So from other actors, we're going to cast to our BP character. So we're casting to our character on the overlap, and what we're going to do is we're going to call that custom event that we just created called instant death. Just like that. All right. That should be everything we need to do, so let's go ahead and set this up. We're going to set up our respawn point right here. Let's make sure we're right on top of our player start, so that we are nice and even. Good enough. And then let's set up our collision, our instant death over here. Okay. And let's just make it real big. Good enough. Let's test it out. There's our ladder from last time. Oh, look at that. Perfect respawn. And we crumple to the floor like a balled up piece of paper. Yeah, I like it. All right, cool. That's it, guys. That's all I've got this time. Like, subscribe, Follow us on Instagram at Death Cassette Games, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.